Did Durianrider really just say that you can't have starches or that starches make you fat? I don't know. I was watching this video yesterday. This is an old one, 8 years old. So let's check it out. I'm probably going to watch the whole thing if it starts. There we go. There it is.
Today's video, we start with a hydration chart. Am I hydrated?
Here's another thing. I get a lot of people saying, well, I drink a ton of water. It doesn't matter. How much does this is irrelevant as calories. If your pee doesn't look in a 1 to 3 range, you're not hydrated. I don't know what else I get this a lot in the DMs. A lot.
Aim for clear urine at least 10 times a day. Eat a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables. Drink a quart of water before meals. Thank you.
This is prior to the teeth being changed out.
Mango bowl. Made out of wood. No, it's not. It's just a watermelon bowl. Some chopped mangoes. This is how I eat them when I don't want to get too much mess on the floor. Slice them like that. Make a little more mango porcupine. Split it like that. Like that. But now I've got my mango. This is, in my opinion, the best mango in the world because it's generally the most consistent flavour. Here in Chiang Mai, northern Thailand. Great place to spend winter if you're from Europe or US. Or Canada, or wherever it's fucking cold.
You know, I thought I was going to have interest in going to Thailand at some point, but as of right now, it's dwindled to nothing.
This mango's never, ever been in a fridge.
That would be nice, though. The fruit part of it would be awesome, but the rest, I don't know. We'll see.
In a cold store. It gets picked, put in the thing, put in the truck, go to wine market. Wouldn't want to add sugar to it because it's so fucking sweet naturally.
You know, I got some mangoes like that last year. Actually, it was this year. And I think mango season, late January through April or June or something like that. But at the Asian markets, I was really getting some really good ones. Costco, it was a 50-50.
This is how a fruit should taste. You haven't had a mango until you had one in Thailand, pretty much, I reckon. Or
they were from Thailand too.
Off my friend Clinton's farm in North Queensland. You haven't had a mango till then. Maybe in Florida. Some good mangoes. Apparently, I don't know. But anyway, so today's talk, quickly one fruit. Shirt, in case anyone was wondering. Fruit, raw fruits, carbs, avocados, fats, controversies, slander, and whatever. Maybe a discussion on the net, as we always do. If you don't have a discussion, you don't really get anywhere. So the discussion was, is it better to eat avocados than follow Durian and FREELEE's recommendations of having corn or rice or big vegan pizzas or sugar?
I think if you're raw vegan, I don't even know if you can avoid it. Can you avoid avocados? Because the fruit really, I mean, like, for example, yesterday I went to Costco. The only thing that they had that was of any real value to me was bananas and date. They got oranges, but they were picked too early and they don't ripen anymore.
Vegan cereals, vegan meals, whatever. What's better? Only you will be able to decide that for yourself. Only you will be able to. I've done my experimentation, so has Freddie. We have concluded for ourselves, there's many other people as well, but for ourselves primarily, that works better for us. Having an avocado or two doesn't satisfy my appetite, or FREELEE for that matter. We like to eat big. That's us. You might be like a person who can just have half a mango and be like, I'm good. I've never met anyone like that long term, but some people can do it short term. I don't know. But we can't do it. So what we do is we fucking feast. We feast. That's what we do.
I have to do the same thing. I mean, it probably took me an hour and a half to eat my dinner last night. It was just 3 cups of rice, and I made just a bunch of not a ton, but some vegetables for the top. That was it.
I mean, look how fucking lean, like slim we are. You know what I mean? That's an arm on my fucking shoulder. The main reason we don't eat a 100% fruit diet, the main reason, even if I did live in Thailand, I don't think I would eat a 100% fruit diet, even if I could get the best fruit ever, because it makes you so fucking lean long term. Can you imagine?
There you go. A lot of people ask me what's going to get me the leanest the fastest. And even Doug Lyle, who finally sent me that video and I forgot to save it. It said that raw vegan is the quickest way to lose weight. And I think anybody who's done raw vegan, especially if it's fruit based, if you're doing the dehydrated bread, breads and all that stuff, if you're 500 pounds, yeah, you're going to notice something. But if you're more of a normal overweight, will it work? I don't know.
If I was still eating 100% fruit and veg, or freely, long term, can you imagine how much people would be freaking out?
That reminds me of Fully Raw Christina. I saw her way back in the day. Wait, 20 in person. I mean, 20. I don't know. Between 2011 and 2013, somewhere in that range, I think. I was like, bro, that's a little bit much.
What are you going to freak out? I should have arm shot again. Snapshot that for the trolls. I'll put a troll face on. You know what I mean? People are already freaking out how lean we are. We're too lean from what most people stand. They're not really too lean, but they're telling people to eat cooked foods and too much bananas or whatever. People are confusing their results they're getting. They look at us.
I mean, I got the same thing back in the day. I mean, I've had so many yo-yos. That's why I do this, so people can watch my stuff. And like, I don't want to do that. Here's the formula. When you do lose a ton of weight, oh my gosh, the responses that you get from people, it's like, oh my God. They want you to be 400-pound Johnny so bad so they don't feel so bad about themselves. It's crazy some of the stuff that you hear, especially the first time I lost weight. It was like 99 into 2000. Oh my gosh. The women at the office at the fish place that I worked at, or the food distribution place. Oh my gosh. You're too skinny. They're all Italian women, right? You're too skinny. You need to eat more. Eat more. I'll bring stuff in for you. I'm like, hold up.
I'm like, I want to be as lean as freely. I want to be as lean and fit as Durian or whatever. And they're trying to like really get the results quick. And that's great to have that ambition and motivation, but I understand we've been at this lifestyle a long time. I've been in the high carb chip since April 2001. So it takes time. Freely hasn't been on this for like a week or a month or a year. It's almost 7 years on this lifestyle. We've done our experimentations.
It does take time. That's another thing. People are not patient. People are like, oh, I've done it for 3 weeks. I'm going back to Seco. I'm like, I used to like say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Now I'm like, you know what? Fine. I can't. You can lead a horse to water. You can lead a horse to water. You could see, you could see all my transformations, all the yo-yo. You can see it all. I've shown it all. I'm very transparent. But at some point, you got to do it yourself. Where's the thing?
We know it works for us. So if we were still at 100% fruit and veg, we would both have a body mass index under 17, 16 maybe, anorexic. Would I be running faster? For sure.
Look at McDougall. McDougall himself is adding 1,200 calories a day from almonds because he's getting so attacked about being so skinny, and he doesn't even eat fruit. He eats starches. Well, we'll get to the starch part.
Most people wouldn't give a fuck if my 10K time went down from 34.19, which it is now, to like 32 or high 31s. Most people wouldn't give a fuck because most people don't even know how fast the 34.19 10K is. Most people didn't give a fuck. Most people couldn't give a fuck about 6 watts per kilo for 10 minutes if my watts went up to 6.5 in 10 minutes. Most people couldn't give a fuck. They look at me and go, dude, you're anorexic. I don't want to do that lifestyle. So what we're doing, we have to eat cooked food. We have to eat the vegan pizzas and the baked potatoes to just keeps a bit of mass on us, a bit of water retention. Sure, you can do it with salt and avocado and gourmet raw foods, but I don't have the same vitality, energy level, getting fatted out. And with durian, if you look at durian,
100%. If you do like the raw toll dinner or whatever, you will notice that you're going to retain more water after eating starch. It could have no fat on it whatsoever, or whatever natural fat it has, but you are going to retain more water. This is going to happen, probably because it takes longer to digest.
I can put a bit of water retention on you, but I don't feel that same just go fucking smash them out and sort of mentality. So the main reason we do eat what we eat is to keep a bit of weight on, because it helps store a bit of water retention, but it still keeps you feeling vital as well. Does that make sense? You have to do the experimentation for yourself. After 10 years or so, right back to Durianrider, I say, look. So that's the main reason that we don't eat 100% raw food, is because it makes you so fucking lean. It makes us so fucking lean. It made us so lean. We're like, I was 59 kilos at one point,
I lost over 100 pounds in a year on raw. 100 pounds. It's crazy. Now, I'm not saying that raw is or cooked is going to make you gain weight, but raw does make you lose weight faster. Now, there is downsides to that. If you're significantly overweight, and that's one of the things that I didn't realize, but I'm actually dealing with now, you're going to have loose skin if you lose it too fast. So that is one of the reasons that Arnold, which Durianrider knows Arnold Kaufman at Arnold's Way, he told me that I probably should start adding avocado in every day to slow up my weight loss, because loose skin is a thing.
So feeling good, but
So anyway, the point of that is if you eat starches and it's a slower weight loss, which people can't handle, right? It took you 10 years to get this fat, but they want the weight off in a month. But if you it's a slower burn, and that can actually be good for many reasons. The body doesn't like massive change real quick, and the skin also does not change very quick. It's a very slow process with the skin.
People look at me like, man, you got a problem, boy. You got a problem. And FREELEE, she was so lean. She was like a model lean, which in everyday society, people were just flipping out. And already she gets so much hate mail. You're a skinny bitch. You're too skinny. You're an anorexic meth addict. Every video we do, people write saying, you guys look like meth addicts. You're too skinny. You're too lean. We don't take it personally.
I get hate comments the opposite way, but it doesn't show on here because YouTube blocks it real quick. But you're too fat, you're too fat. You're too fat. You shouldn't be on here. Blah, blah, blah. Would you rather see somebody who's anorexic, never been overweight in their life, telling you how they lost weight? Or would you rather see somebody who is 405 at some point and lost a bunch of weight? Which makes more sense to you?
Personally, because we can understand where people are coming from. We're the leanest couple in the health food industry. We eat the most calories and we prescribe the most calories. That's not to be like, hey, look at us. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. Look at us. Look at our videos. We took our shirts off, wear bikinis or whatever. Hey, I'll get in a bikini. If you want to see me in a bikini, give the video a thumbs up.
No.
So, fat or starches, I prefer the starches. Gives me more energy to be energized, to do reply, make videos, etc. Dominate athletics, stuff like that.
That's gonna be the thumbnail. All right, that's gonna be the thumbnail. 100%. 100%.
Fat to sort of dulls me down. And 2 avocados a day isn't going to do shit. It's sort of that's 300 or 400 calories. It's fucking nothing, man. But if you get a lot of fat, then that's when you notice a decline in athletic performance. The reason why I don't eat avocado regularly, maybe a few times a year now, because I'd rather have the carbohydrate meal. I'd rather have some sort of...
I don't really like the way avocados taste all that much either. So that's why I didn't really enjoy adding them. But I can't eat greens without some kind of a little bit of fat. I just can't. They don't digest. I've tried. But if you mix, I shouldn't even say this because people are going to start making huge vats of this stuff. But if you mix avocado, apple cider vinegar, and the juice of an orange, or just oranges, and like some cumin, and if you like heat cayenne, and just different spices, comes out pretty good.
Vegan meals and all that.
I mean, I wouldn't just eat that. But with salad, it's good. Now, keep in mind, if you are going to add fats, definitely you're going to have to make sure that you eat that food combined correctly. They're not going to go well with fruit. They're not going to go well with starches. So greens is about the extent of it.
Avocado for me tastes like shit, to be honest.
100%.
When you're eating heaps of other good things, avocado on its own, it's like one avocado I can eat, maybe mono. And then you end up sprinkling like dulse on there and stuff like that. Because avocados taste like shit.
That's another thing that you can do. Seaweed.
Shit, really.
It's not that good. And honestly, like I've said in so many videos, they don't actually ripen until they fall off the tree. This is how rare it would be to find a good avocado in nature. I'm assuming that they fall, when animals are, going to be, hibernating or over, or maybe they need more calories because they're in mating season or something like that. It's probably for the animals, not us.
I don't even really think of them as like...
Not that we're not animals, but you know what I mean.
Well, they're a bit like rice. I mean, I think rice tastes better mono than avocado. And you can make a meal of rice, but meal of avocado, I've done that before. My gallbladder next morning, because I was getting stabbed with a knitting needle. So do the experimentation.
Yeah, when you eat a lot of fat, your gallbladder, whew, it's going to hurt. I had that happen to me one time. It was terrible. I actually thought something was wrong with me. I was in the fetal position. It was bad.
Do the experimentation, but do it long term. The fat thing, I would like do it for a few weeks or whatever, and just be like, ugh. But then looking back now, in 2014, looking back at 2005, 2006, where I'd be like eating 100% raw and stuff like that, and just eating cashews and almonds in excess and avocados and stuff like that. Still felt good, still did some good things, but if I look back now, if I was eating what I'm eating now back then, I would be able to get better results athletically, better results in my health, etc. So it's just, everyone's got different goals, man. Everyone's got different goals. So we appreciate that. We understand, man. Not everyone wants to be as lean as us. Most people, 99% of the planet doesn't want to be as lean as myself or Freelee. We understand that. So if you want to get like fucking super duper 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 lean and stick with 100% fruits and vegetables, and you will get to a point where people say, hey, you're too skinny.
I mean, I got there and I wasn't, super ripped. I mean, you could see, like my first 4 abs and some striations and stuff. But man, I mean, I had these Italian women trying to force feed me, like oil laden pasta, and it was nuts. I mean, even anytime I've done it, in 2016, actually the first time when I went raw, I had to come back. I was living in Philly. I had to come back here for a wedding. And first of all, some of my cousins didn't even recognize me. I'm like, oh, they just walked right by me. So they didn't recognize me. And then towards the end of the wedding, when everybody was drinking, they're like, you shouldn't lose weight like that. It's dangerous. I'm like, dangerous? Dangerous? You guys we are all overweight. How is that not dangerous? Yeah, but the way you did it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Too fucking skinny, whatever. And the same if you eat vegan pizzas and rice dishes and shit like us and go to the vegan restaurants and eat so much food, they're like, well, last night I went to a vegan restaurant in Bangkok and I ate 4 serves, 4 meals. And the guy came out afterwards, he spoke and he said, you just ordered 4 plates. And I'm like, yeah. I said, actually, if I had time, I've got to catch a train, but if I had time, I'll probably eat 8 to 10 plates. He's like,
eating plates is not good either. You should eat what's on the plate.
He just couldn't really hear what I said. Sort of like
it's like eating cotton balls, bro.
you say something to someone, they can't comprehend it. So, yeah, okay, you walk back in and got the food out. Amazing vegan food. So that food helps keep a bit of weight on me. You know what I mean?
So there you go. Starches make you fat. I'm just kidding. Look at McDougal. Look at all these starch eaters. You know, look how fat the Asians were before they adopted a Western diet. Look how fat they were. Even still to this day, you know, I do DoorDash, you know, delivery. Every time I go into an Asian place, everybody there is skinny. Everybody. I feel like a giant. And they eat what they're cooking.
The weight on, probably not much.
And they even use oil and stuff like that. Not that I'm promoting it, but the other day I worked way too much. I was out there for like 10 hours or something like that. And I had rice in the rice cooker. I'm like, I just want something to go on top of this. And so I got some just mixed vegetables right up the street. There's like 80 Asian Chinese restaurants about like within a mile of me. And I could tell that they put a little bit of oil in, even though I asked them, like, do you put a lot of oil in this? And they're like, we put none. I'm like, I could taste it, but whatever. But these people that I got this from were the size of this pencil. You know, so, I mean, and I know they're eating it because I see that they're eating while they're cooking.
As simple as that. If you eat like a fucking Kenyan, you got to look like a Kenyan. You may or may not want to do that, though. So if you're getting too skinny, too thin, maybe this lifestyle ain't for you, or embrace it and make sure you're fit and healthy and getting to sleep. So, you know, I could talk for hours in this one. If you're in Chiang Mai and want to talk more, come out for a bike ride with us. Me and Jason are going to be hitting the hills this week. We'll talk more in depth. Ask your questions down below.
I think I missed the boat. This was what, 2014?
I'm going to sit back and smash in some mangoes. What time we got? It's 1:21 in the lunchtime. So it's, you know, like I just laugh, man, when people say, oh, you know, rice makes you fat or fruit makes you fat or whatever. I'm like,
I stopped eating mango this way. I know, random comment, because there's latex in the skin of a mango and it doesn't go so well. So I take the skin off and I just eat it off the pit.
I look at long-term examples, even the things like rice and corn and that, like, you know, go to Kenya where they eat all the fucking corn in the world. Go to Thailand. I'm gonna make some videos hopefully this week where I go to some little towns where they just, you know, they don't eat junk food. It's rice. There's not fat people there unless they. Actually, I can hear someone next door frying something up in oil. That's not a traditional Thai food. Oil's not. So.
No, the only thing that they traditionally, I think, use a little bit of oil for is those woks, because they used to be just straight up high carbon steel, which stuff, you know, it'll stick to. But once it gets seasoned, it doesn't. Anyway.
I don't know, man. And then people say, oh, fruit's banned for you. Freelie's calling me. Let's see if she wants to talk on the speaker. Freelee on speakerphone, I'm doing a video. You want to add a little bit about this fat versus carbs thing? It'd be great.
Fat versus carbs?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
We were having a discussion on the I think Ted did a video about, I don't even know what people are talking about anyway. Well, what's your experience with fat versus, why don't you eat avocado instead of eating rice or potato or
bunker life
or whatever?
It's just about how I feel. You know, I've been doing this long enough to know that, you know, carbs, high carb, low fat, and minimal avocados is what works for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd probably have one avocado a month. I'm not saying that everyone has to do that, but in my experience, it works so much better. I'm so much
fitter. I don't even have one a month. Gosh, I can't even remember the last time. You know what? My mom loves to brag about the vegan food that she makes. So she made this thing called cowboy caviar. It's just beans, I think tomato, onion, corn, and avocado. Just a cubed avocado. It's really good. That was sometime in the summer.
Just feel way more vibrant.
And I all I did, because I didn't want the tortilla chips, I brought over some pita bread, and I just put it. They also got an air fryer, and I just air fried it, and it basically turns to pita chips. Not basically, it is pita chips.
Yeah. I was saying that most people, like, if we still ate just 100% fruit and veg, we would be too skinny.
This is why I don't want a fruitarian chick. Not thick.
Do you agree? If we just
We
ate,
do eat 100% fruit and veg, baby.
what do you mean?
100% fruit and veg. It may not be all raw, but it's still fruits and veg.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. If we ate 100%,
Man, smackdown.
if we just ate like peaches and celery and bananas and dates, how skinny we would get.
Oh, we'd be super lean. Yeah. Oh, we're already super lean.
Yeah, but people would be freaking out, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's.
So what point are you trying to make there?
I was saying the main reason we cook food, potatoes and that, is just keep a little bit extra weight on and still keep us energized. We could probably have that same amount of weight if we're eating like raw food, gourmet, salt and fat, but you feel greasy and.
Well, and another thing I've noticed, like there's a theme, you know, like a common theme is that raw foodies, they always go to higher fats.
Always. When I used to hang out at Arnold's Way, he would always be right up here, bananas. Well, he would be promoting the bananas, but the majority of the people who come in there buy his, you know, breads and stuff like that, which I don't know if he puts a lot of fat in because he's not really, he's not a fat promoter either. But he always had a really good avocados there. They weren't the Haas, the normal ones. They were a little different. But I mean, it's just people always want their fat. Always. If you go to a vegan restaurant, you know, it's always fatty.
You know, like they're always going back and forth with the avo, with the nut butters, with the nuts. And I found incorporating some cooked carbs actually made it 10 times easier to stay like super low fat.
Yeah.
5%.
I feel better. 5%. Well, even Doug.
What about Bunker Life?
Yeah, Doug loves his cooked nut butters, which is fine. I just love them as well. But Doug gets really, really touchy if you talk about the cooked nut butters, the same as Christina or a lot of people with avocados or whatever. You give them you sort of like play with them. Oh, don't touch my fucking nut butters or avocado.
They take it really personally. Like, and I used to as well. I used to get like, oh, you know, like, what are you attacking me?
Yeah.
But that's not the point. That's not it at all. It's just, you know, it's just about helping people feel their best, you know, helping keep people on the vegan lifestyle long term. You know, we have to look at the big picture. And ultimately, you know, people who are having more fat than their body requires every day, they're going to flail on this lifestyle.
100%. 100%. I did. I was lean bean. I'll put a picture of it up here. 2016. Wasn't eating any fat. Well, I think I actually was having, like once in a while, I would have a salad with avocado in it. Because I was actually getting worried. I was losing weight too fast. But that was when I was able to climb hills. The hills here is nothing but traffic. I mean, so much traffic. It's like a death wish. And right now they're covered with snow. Well, they were. But yeah, and then I came back here and like the stress from these huge post offices that I was working in and how bad my foot hurt, I was grabbing hummus a day. Got fat.
You won't have the energy to do
shit. You're going to go back to what
and it happens so slow that you don't even realize it's happening.
Eventually you will.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not exactly newbies to this. You know, we've been running one of the busiest raw food websites since 2008. So we've seen literally thousands of people leave the movement. Like, I've got a list of people, you know, who have left. And it's a lot of people.
I think it's 99.9%.
Yeah, because it's just, you know, like it is not realistic for most of the population. It may be the best for you.
It's weird. You know, FREELEE is now talking about you can only eat raw vegan. And anything else is bunker life. And on here, at what minute? 14:39 in this video, she's saying that it's not realistic. Is she a marketer? I don't know.
Yourselves, definitely. But, you know, when we're looking at this, we need to take into account other factors. Like, we're living in a concrete jungle. We don't always have, you know, access to high quality fruit. We're in a cold climate. You know, there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, cold climate. It was -33 Fahrenheit here, which I think is like -40 Celsius on Friday. Today, it's like in a tropolis, you know, a tropic area. It's 41 degrees now. It's like a 100-degree swing.
Factors that need to be taken into account. when we're deciding on the most optimal diet.
I mean, I see people in Thailand, they look at me like I'm a junkie, like I'm a heroin addict. You know, I'm in Chiang Mai right now, and people still look at you like, yeah, he's come up here to get some opium and shit. even in the airport.
That's not like cross-dressing as a ladyboy.
Even at the airport, man, customs always fucking grab me. Sir, come over here. Let's do a little scan. Everyone does this scan? No, it's just random. So they always pick me as a fucking junkie. If I walk up to a running race, everybody who doesn't know me picks me as the winner. Because I look like this dude's fucking like an Olympic 10,000 meter fucking elite doper. Watch him. So it's crazy.
I think what's happening is like in the raw food movement, a lot of people looked up to us as their raw food guru, and now that we're eating some cooked carbs, and like we've been recommending cooked carbs for a long time, but now that we're putting it on YouTube and all that.
But it's not bunker life back then. It's bunker life now.
They're very disappointed.
I understand that.
Yeah, they're very, very disappointed, and they're also, they're still, most of them are essentially newbies to life, so they're still playing with what works. They're not eating enough sweet fruit, so they're going to avocados, and then they have to justify it, of course.
What my tip would be, do what you want to do, but if you want to live our lifestyle, you're going to need a lot of fucking carbs, man. To run the forum, the internet, and have the energy to talk with people and maintain a fit toned body, that's a lot of carbs. We would have kids, though. Kids would be like, can you imagine us having kids? Fuck, it's so hard.
Like me trying to make these videos, write a book, and have kids as well would be very difficult.
Impossible.
That would be so hard to do. I mean, I struggle to even get videos out every day anymore because I'm out there, because everybody left. I'm paying for this place myself. I mean, it's difficult.
People who do it, and I really take my hat off to them. They're obviously carved up.
But they can't do it on just raw foods because it's just...
You can't. And what am I going to do? Keep bananas in my car right now when it's freezing? It's not very doable. Certain times of the year it is. Like when the mango season comes in, if you've got money, if you've got a lot of money, when the mango season hits, you probably could do it. That's actually when I did it last. Well, I keep thinking it's last year. It's almost last year. But that's what I did for Lent this year, is I was 100% raw. But it just coincided with the fact that it was mango season, so it was easy to do. Bananas and mangoes.
It's just so hard to do, man. Because to get the quality fruit. I don't quality fruit now in Chiang Mai, but
I got some really good Asian places here. It's not as good as Aussie in Philly, but I've got some really good Asian stores. If you don't have that, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it?
Unless you live in Chiang Mai, tough.
Yeah.
Even then.
It definitely is. It's ideal over there. Like, we all wish we could live in the tropics, and, a lot of us can decide to do that, but the majority of people are not going to do it. So we need to give them a program, a plan that's going to work for them where they're at, and keep them vegan for life.
I was just even saying that even if I was in Chiang Mai living here full time, I don't think I would eat 100% fruit and veg because I just get so fucking lean. People wouldn't want to do the lifestyle. I'd turn people off. I even have to tweak the camera and shit to make myself look bigger than I am.
Yeah.
That's easy to do. That's one of the reasons that I don't show much, because my chest is so big from years of lifting that it just, and Sandy probably comment on here. It's like weird proportions. So it makes me look way bigger than I am.
I'm just like, I don't look like that, dude. It's like a fucking methy.
But rice makes you fat.
Anyway, I thought I'll get you to chime in there. I'll end the video now because I'll talk to you a bit. But any closing thoughts you want to share with the viewers?
Just, realize, if you're trying something new and, you're kind of coming from a place of authority on it, as in, you're increasing the fat in your diet, just be careful, that you're not, if you're not completely sure about what you're doing, just give it more time, do it long term, do it for at least, a certain amount of period, like a month or maybe a year, before you really settle on that's the best. I think that's really
that's awesome.
Because it can confuse people a lot.
Monitor your blood tests. You can use a power meter, measure your 5K with the Garmin.
Yeah, just give it long enough and then come back with your findings. And then I think it's important to do that.
Since using a power meter, that's really helped me objectify what works, how much sleep you'll need, how much calories you'll need, blah, blah, blah.
I still haven't gotten one. I barely even ride anymore. Honestly, I've been losing weight without it. I think my body was just so stressed that it needed some time off. I have been bouncing on a trampoline though, and I do go for walks and I hike. Like I said, it is hilly here, so there are a lot of the parks here. You can find some pretty good hills.
That's really helped having the power meter on the bike.
Yeah, you love your power meter.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's true.
Good. Well, folks, don't forget to go fruit yourself, get those carbs in. The carbs are what makes you lean and makes
Fruit
you
or
feel
roots?
the best. Best for the animals, best for the planet. It's win-win.
Fruit or root, especially roots. Like if you are in an area where it's hard, if you're really far from rice, like they grow rice in California, so it's not hard for me to get rice. But even so, the potatoes do taste better than probably the rice that you're going to get in like an Asian country. Now, I did order that rice from Japan. That stuff was other level, but it was $45 for 11 pounds.
On every level.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think Ted raised the point about, was that Ted or someone said, D-Man, avocados better for the planet than starches?
Yeah.
You can't, it isn't. You can't live on avocados. You can feed the fucking world on starches, though.
Yep.
That's right.
You
100%.
can't do shit on avocados, man. You can't fuel yourself on avocado.
If you see the statistics on how little, I think it takes 1 acre per pound of beef or something like that. Whereas I think you can grow in 1 acre like 24,000 pounds of potatoes, something in that range. It's ridiculous. My dad and I, one time he did most of the work because he lives on the east side, but I helped him do it. We bought, he asked me to buy 50 pounds of organic potatoes. So I bought the potatoes. We took it over there. We put it in the ground. It grew 500 pounds of potatoes. And like maybe 20 pounds was bad. 500 pounds, that's out of 50. You can't tell me, you can't just plant a steak and, it multiplies like that.
Be fucking flailing. Name one person with decent fitness who's fueled an avocado. Zero.
Well, I think
mangoes though. Mangoes versus rice for sure.
Yeah, we can't argue with this simple point that our physiology is geared up for high carb. Avocados upwards of 75% fat. It's just, I'm sorry, but we are not fat-driven creatures. We need a certain amount. We need about 3% of daily calories, but that's easily met.
Yeah.
If you do try to live on fat and protein, your body starts turning into carbohydrates. If you eat carbohydrates, it doesn't start turning it into fat and protein.
Low carb. High carb, low fat.
But everyone agrees anyway. Even Ted and everyone agrees that high fat's bad. I don't even know why we're having this discussion.
It's because they're going through a phase and then
they
want to test it out. They can test it out.
A bit of drama is good. A bit of drama is good. Nothing wrong with a bit of drama.
People like drama when they're under carb, especially.
Me too.
You love it?
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy it. I understand, but I'm kind of disappointed because I just see more.
She doesn't like drama. The hell is she talking about? Her entire frugivore diet channel is about drama and bunker life.
People falling off the wagon and they're not coming back and going, oh my God, those raw foodists, they're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much 99% of people are going to be off the raw food lifestyle in the first month. Primarily due to their family giving them so much shit.
It took me a while. But ironically, I broke it with chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. I couldn't take it anymore. I told this story a few times. I was out here. I had lost job number 8,000,000,005 because I just can't do it. And I really didn't have that much money, and raw life is expensive. Even back when this happened, which was probably 2013, somewhere in there. It was pretty cheap back then, 2012, 2013, somewhere in that region. And I was here, and he had them things, and all I had was like a banana left. And I'm like, all right, I got nothing else. They didn't support the vegan thing at the time. And that's how I broke it. But I got right back on. I felt terrible. It didn't go well. Here's the thing.
or just can't get enough fuel, can't find the fruits. And then the long-term one would be, you can find the fruit, live in Chiang Mai, but you're getting so skinny, so lean. Everyone's going, I'm not going to hang around you, man, because you look like Chris Froome and Bradley Wiggins.
Unless you're a female, and then most females like that.
Yeah, most females do like it, but it takes a special lady to be really lean like you. And even you couldn't handle the negative attention if you were like, if you were like body mass index of 17. I don't think you can handle the attention long term.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
47 kilos?
47 kilos.
Can you imagine that?
It's really hard to say. I'd say if I got that way through fitness, then just...
Yeah, but you'd be... Yeah, if you got that way through fitness, you'd be fucking pretty lightweight, man. What are you now, 52? 50?
Oh, I've got to go. Hang on, it's like gardeners at the top.
All right.
I'll bring you back in a sec.
We'll see you soon.
Bring you back in a sec.
All right. So it was Freelee, little impromptu add in there. Thanks, Freelee, for the guest appearance.
So that worked out.
Post your comments and questions down below. Finish this mango meal. McDonald's is going to serve mangoes.
That's it. That's it. Hopefully you liked the video. Comments, questions down below. Bottom line is get the best carbs you can. And if you're severely overweight like I was, losing it as fast as possible might not be the best thing for you. It's not great. Your body doesn't adapt that fast. So keep that in mind. And your skin doesn't adapt that fast either. So that's it. Fruits, starches. That's the way to go. If you want to lose weight, if you want to have high, volume of getting things done. If you don't, if you want to be sluggish, if you want to sit on the couch all day. But if you want to do that, I mean, you can even do that and still lose weight. I mean, I'm not the most active person in the world, and I've got weight steadily coming off. It is going to take a while, especially when I'm at the bottom, like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. It takes a lot longer once you hit this range than when you are severely overweight. It just does. But if you just want to be vegan for the animals, I suppose it just doesn't matter. But you're probably going to have the same ailments as everybody else. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to test it out. Anyways, like, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next video.